All right, friends, next I'd like to introduce you to a friend of mine. His name is Aaron Nigel Smith, and he performs reggae, which is a style of popular music created by black people in the Caribbean country of Jamaica. Aaron is a teaching artist and a family performer like me. So let's welcome him here. Everybody say, welcome, Aaron.
Hey kiddos, what's up, Red Yarn?
Hey, Aaron, thanks so much for joining me here. I
My
was
pleasure.
I was just talking to the students about folk songs. Now, you've studied and learned and sung some folk songs too, right?
Oh yeah, I've sung a bunch of folk songs in my day. In fact, I used to tour all around the world singing just a special kind of folk song called the Negro Spiritual. So yeah, there's every country, every race, they sing folk songs, and it's an important way that we can, as humans, share culture.
That's so cool. I learned that a lot of our country's favorite folk songs started in black communities in the American South, while others come from white communities like in the Appalachian Mountains and other cultural groups all over the country.
Absolutely. We have a rich, rich legacy of multicultural folk songs here in the United States because we're a melting pot. Black people, white people, Latin people, Native American people, Asian American people have all come here, whether we're immigrants, enslaved, or colonialists or indigenous. We've all come here with our songs and shared them amongst ourselves.
That's so beautiful. Now, I know that sometimes white singers like me have copied or even stolen songs from other cultures without giving credit, without compensation, which just isn't fair. I recently learned something really cool, which is that the banjo, which I always assumed was just a white American invention from country and bluegrass music, actually came from West Africa, right?
That's it. That's right, Redyon. I'm so glad you mentioned that too. The banjo was brought to the Americas by enslaved people. It was originally made from a gourd, which is like a dried out pumpkin, and they place a nice sturdy stick and a strings and a goat skin on top of it. And next thing you know, they've got a stringed banjo. The predecessor to the banjo. That we
Cool.
would call it there. They called it the akonting.
Hmm.
A lot different from banjo, I know.
Yeah.
But you know what? Even though I don't have one of those with me, I'd love to share what a gourd looks like at least, because this
Oh,
is a big,
cool.
big old gourd. And if we were making a banjo out of it, we just chop that part off, put a goat skin on top, stick out there, get some strings on there, and start stringing away.
I can see the similar shape. That is so interesting. So enslaved African people brought the banjo with them to the Americas, and then white Americans picked it up and added it to their music.
This is true. This is true. Now you got to tell me something, Ready Arm.
What's that?
I'm looking at that banjo, and I want to hear you rock it. Can you play a
Okay.
little song on it?
I can play a little something. Let me try. Okay, hold on.
All right. Nice one, Andy. And I think I recognize that tune. Is that Bottom Cabbage Down?
You know it. You got it.
That's a song from West Africa too, right? And it was developed by, or actually further developed by the Gullah people down
Mm.
south in South Carolina and the Georgia Sea Islands down there. They'd sing a bottom cabbage down, down, turn that whole cake around, around. The only song that I can sing is bottom cabbage down.
Oh, I love it. I sing it kind of similar to that. I don't sound as good as you, but I try. And I'm going to share my version with the students.
Oh, that's so awesome. It's so important to share these songs. And the more that we can share it, the more we can learn about roots and culture from other people around the world.
I agree completely. Well, Aaron, thanks so much for coming by, and I hope these kids get a chance to work with you someday.
Hey, it was my pleasure, Red Yarn, and I hope I get to work with them as well.
All right.